So iPhones are some of my most favorite products out there, and I wanted to go ahead and kind of showcase some of the ways that I typically will go and try to keep my iPhone as healthy as possible for as long as possible. Now, what this basically entails is that it basically requires you to make sure that your iPhone is at least up to date on one of the more recent versions of iOS. Now, this is always the first thing I'd recommend people to do. Now, you don't have to be on the most recent version of iOS for sure, but one of the more recent versions is probably what I recommend a majority of people to do. So go ahead and make your way over to your general settings of your iPhone, click on Software Update, and just go ahead and see if you have an update available. If you do, that is going to be one of the most important things I'd recommend for you to do, because if you're on a very old version of iOS, that could possibly cause some problems here and there, and I just wouldn't recommend being there. Now, another way to keep your iPhone as healthy as possible is double checking your battery health. Depending on how old your iPhone is, like if it's a couple months old, if you go and make your way over to your iPhone settings, you click on battery, you click on battery health and charging. If your battery health is still fairly high for an old phone, like this is an iPhone 12, and for me to still be on 99% is actually quite impressive. So if you have an iPhone 14 and you're still like 90 something percent, you should be okay. But if you're like way below like 90% and it's like a phone that you're still kind of using, well, you should probably go ahead and consider getting that iPhone battery replaced. They're around $80 from Apple. And in order for you to keep your iPhone as healthy as possible for as long as possible, battery health is like one of the most important things I'd recommend kind of checking up on every once in a while. So just go through, double check that battery health on your device. And I'd recommend if it's very, very low, to just go ahead and get it replaced. Now, if your battery health is still fairly high, keeping your iPhone in room temperature for as long as possible is one of the most important things you can do. So just keep your iPhone in room temperature. So just go ahead and make sure it's not in super hot conditions or try to avoid super cold conditions as well. Try to keep it in very, very room temperature conditions for as long as possible. But also, you may just want to go ahead and make sure that within your specific device, you're not leaving it in like super hot conditions like in a dash of a car. So those are pretty much the main things you can do in that specific standpoint. Now, one of the other things is within your iPhone storage. What I would highly recommend doing every once in a while is to make your way over to your iPhone settings just like this. And what I'd recommend doing is actually going through is to make your way over to your general settings of your iPhone. Click on iPhone storage, which is right over here. You see iPhone storage is right here, not this one, the one right above it. And I would recommend checking this every once in a while and just essentially going through and deleting and removing and cleaning up your iPhone storage as much as you can every so often. So if there's an application you're no longer using, like in this case, I'm not really using this app anymore, I can just go ahead and delete it. And what that's going to do is it's going to go ahead and free up a little bit of storage on my device. And that's basically another option that I'll basically have here. So what I'd recommend doing, like I said, just go through, delete as much storage and delete as much stuff as much as you can. And that's another thing I'd recommend doing in this specific standpoint as well. So that pretty much covers it up there. If you have any other thoughts or questions, let me know in the comment section below. Hit the like button, that would mean so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. More importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out.